nearlydanish.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, this is Current Affairs Winter 2025. All right, so for all of you that are here for the first time, we started practicing on the 27th of August, so over 2 months ago. Luckily for you, all the sessions are recorded and posted on the YouTube channel. It's called Nearly Danish TV. Go to the channel, have a look under playlists, and you'll see there's one for Infosat Porn Winter 2025 and one for Melbourne Escapes Porn Winter 2025. You can find all the sessions from the 27th of August up until the last one. This session is also being recorded, so it will also be up on the channel. All right, so we've got 10 days to the test, so it's less than 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys are putting in the work. Matter of fact, I could see that a lot of you have been working really hard because I could see all the activity on the site. It's picked up a lot. Well done to you guys.
Great job.
Of course, you've heard me say this like a gazillion times, right? Your goal should be to get your profile to 100%. I set that goal really high because if you can actually get to that goal, then you've increased your chances of passing the test by over 90%. Shout out to Tiram. I'll always give him a shout out because he's the one that did it the first time, at least in this batch. And he did this like a month ago or something. So shout out to Tiram. Okay, and time to shout out some people that are doing the work recently. So there's someone called Nearly Danish Low. Completed 302 quizzes today. That's crazy. Wow! That's a lot of quizzes. So round of applause to you. Well done to you. And hopefully you can actually get your profile to 100% because I see that's what you're trying to do. Okay, I don't have anything else to say. Let's start the game. Okay, so we have 45 questions tonight for current affairs, and any one of these questions could show up on the real test. I don't know which one exactly, but I don't know if I should be talking about the theme of each question because there's a lot of questions. But anyways, I'll just mention it quickly. The theme of this is Danish excellence on the world stage. In this case, it's Danish excellence in architecture. Of course, we all know Bjarke Ingels Group, famous architect, famous Danish architect. He's designing the new opera house in Hamburg. Okay, next one. If you have any questions, wait until the end of the session. I won't be answering your questions while we're playing. Okay, so the theme of this question is Denmark's relationship with the EU. There's usually one question about that. Bear in mind, there's only 5 current affairs questions. So what we're doing here is like we're casting a very wide net to see if we can catch at least 2, 3, 4, best case scenario, actually all 5 of them. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So this is about the, what's that thing called? The minimum wage directive from the EU. And Denmark, because Denmark has, there's no minimum wage in Denmark. There's the unique model that Denmark has, called the Danish model. And they were basically saying, don't interfere with our Danish model. That failed, but they still have some kind of wiggle room. I'm not going to go into all the detail, but someone asked about this last week. There goes a question about that. Next one. Okay, so this usually when there's some kind of attack, whether it's a terrorist attack or a cyber attack, but on a national level, it shows up um, in the questions. There's been the drone incidents in the airports. I think that one is actually going to show up, and also there's been these cyber attacks, and there was also an announcement made that there could be cyber attacks during the elections. But that's the theme. This question fits the theme, so it's in here. Do I think that specific question is going to show up? I don't think so, but it fits the theme, so it's there. Okay, next one. All right, so Pia Kjærsgaard is running for to be the foreman of the new region, Region Ostdenmark, in the next election. And she had announced that she was leaving. She wasn't going to run for her seat in parliament in the last election, in the next election, sorry. And that question actually showed up. Can't remember, was it the last couple tests? But now she is here again saying that she wants to run for the foreman position in the new region. Next one. By the way, don't feel bad if you don't know the answers to a whole bunch of these questions. This is current affairs. I don't expect you to know all of this. However, all your mistakes will show up on your profile. Plug all your knowledge gaps. Because these questions, well, one or two or three of these questions might show up on the actual test. So don't feel bad if you don't do well today. Okay, what do we have here? We keep going. All right, so Anna Anker, one of the famous painters from Skien, had her first exhibition her first exhibition in London, 90 years after her death. The theme here is Danish excellence on the world stage. Next one. Okay, so this is related to the war in Ukraine. When the war started, that question actually showed up on current affairs. I don't think this is going to show up, but it fits the theme, so it's here. Next one. Okay, so there's been an agreement to create 11 new industrial parks in Denmark, in Aalborg, Esbjerg, and Kalundborg, to help with increase Denmark's production capacity. All right, next one. Okay, what do we have here? We've got MB, Zayn, IT, Farshid, and Bloom, top 5. 3 people lost the answer streak of 4. Next one.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this there's usually, I think in the last test there was the question about Greenland and the election that happened in Greenland. And this is, I think now Denmark has because Trump wanted to buy Greenland, and he's been making these subtle passive aggressive gestures towards taking over Greenland. Denmark has a bit more interest in promoting the relationship with Greenland. So one of the questions showed up. So that was a new theme that popped up in the tests. And this fits the theme. So something that's now happened is that Greenland, the Faroe Islands, and Åland have a permanent seat in the Nordic Council Presidium. I don't know I don't know what the translation of that is in English. Anyways, 91 people got that right. Round of applause to you guys. In any case, like I said, don't feel bad if you're not doing too well tonight, okay? Remember, there's only 5 current affairs questions. You just need to know 5 of them. And there's no penalties for failing more than 1. All right, next one. Okay, so well, most of you got this right.
Excellent.
Yeah, 67,000 chickens had to be killed because there was an outbreak of some kind of influenza virus. And this fits the theme of, well, national health scares. How many people got this wrong? 53 people got it wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Yes, so as always, everything that we do in these sessions gets uploaded to the website. Next one. So the Danish women's, what am I saying? Sorry. The Women's World Cup in handball is this year. I think it's starting in the next couple of weeks or something. And Mia Hoyland, one of the players, is not going to play because she broke a bone. This is not going to show up, but it's there because it fits the theme of sports and, major events in sports. Okay, where are we? Next one. Okay, so this also fits the theme of national security. This what was it? What are these things called? Submarine. So there was a Russian submarine found in Kattegat and in Östersund on the 15th of October, and it was discovered by the Swedish um, defense. Yeah, and of course that's of importance to Denmark as well. As long and when I say as well as the drone attacks in the airports and all that. So this fits into the whole national security thing, and that's why it's here. Next one. Oh wow.
Excellent.
I was expecting more people to actually get this wrong, but you guys got it right. So you used the formula. I was hoping you were not going to use the formula, but you actually did. And for some odd reason, it actually worked because that was not my intention. Yeah, so this is Danish excellence on the world stage. The Denmark pension system is one of the best, is top three best in the world. I don't think this specific instance of Danish excellence on the world stage is going to show up, but it fits the theme. That's why it's here. So if it shows up, at least we know what the answer is. Next one. All right. So famous dead people. He's not going to show up, but it fits the theme, and that's why it's here, but not him. I don't think he's not that culturally significant. So I don't think he's going to show up, but it fits the theme. Quite a number of people died, and you're going to see a few of them in this session. And I will mention the person who I think will show up. All right, what's going on here? Aaron is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got MB, Farshid, Zayn, Bloom, and Nam. Next one. Len Holspieler. That's national team player. Okay, Lisa, I'm not going to mention that anymore. Let's focus on the questions. Okay, so the theme here is when a Danish sports person retires. So when Karolina Wozniacki retired from tennis, she actually came back like some years later, but at the time she retired, a question showed up in the current affairs. This fits the theme, so it's here. For the people that got it wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
next one. Okay. All right, so this is also about Denmark's relationship with Greenland, because actually one of the things that was actually happening was with the Americans was that they were saying, Denmark has treated Greenland so badly over the years, and Denmark is not a good partner. And I guess that was to kind of foster some kind of bad feeling. So Denmark is beginning to apologize to Greenland for the spiral. I think what happened was what's that thing called? Anyways, I'm not gonna go into the details. That's what this is about. Some people are saying when I say that a question is not going to show up on the test, it confuses them. So what I'm going to do now is any question that I think that I have a strong feeling about showing up on the test, I will mention it. That doesn't mean that it will show up on the test. It just means that I have a strong feeling about it. For the other ones, I'm not going to say anything. All right, next one. We got a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Yes. So the previous question was about when I can't remember what year it was, but a lot of young women had the, what do you call those things? The coils, the spirals inserted in them. So they were no longer, they were sterile, so they couldn't have kids. And that was a huge scandal. That's been a scandal for a very long time. And this year, Mette Frederiksen apologized about that. All right, next one. Yes, contraception. That's the word I was looking for.
Another one.
Right. Guitarist died. Famous dead people. Next one. We already talked about this evening. Okay. This is one of the questions I have a strong feeling about. It will probably not show up. It won't be framed like this, but I have a strong feeling that a question about the drone activity in the airports in Denmark will show up in the test. All right, let's move on. We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Another one.
Yes, I'll talk about all the ones I have strong feelings about. Okay, well done. Famous dead people. Quite a few people died. Okay, Cassia M now in the top 5. Can't remember who fell out. 3 people hit an answer streak of 6.
Excellent.
It's not a particularly easy one tonight. Okay. Yes. So the rest of the questions are actually already on the website. So I put them in here so we can practice them again. So I'm sure the numbers are going to start looking a lot better. The theme of this is sports people that are retiring. Next one. This is a question I have a very strong feeling about. Matter of fact, I'll go as far as saying you're definitely going to see this on the test, but don't quote me. However, I'd say 90% sure this is going to show up on the test. This fits a major milestone that happened in the royal family. So when Princess Isabella turned 18, it showed up in the previous test in May. And Crown Prince Christian just turned 20. And that's major. That's a multiple of 10. And he is the future king. So you're going to see this. This question is showing up. So anybody that got this wrong, please get this right next time.
Now you know what you don't know.
All right. Next one. Yes, so the rest of the questions up until we get to the end are from the previous mock tests. So I started out with the new questions from the ones that we haven't seen before, and these ones you've all seen before if you've been practicing. So I hope the numbers start looking like this. What's this now? What's this about? Yes, this is about national security, and this is a NATO practice called Steadfast Noon. Next one. All right. The king and queen were on an official visit to the Faroe Islands. This is under official visits by the head of state or the prime minister. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Another one.
All right, famous dead people. Next one. Static top 5 again.
Static top 5.
You guys are doing really well. NCP has a streak with 17 correct answers in a row. Wow! Well done. Okay, we have MB, Farshid, Nam, Bloom, and Cassia M. We know their names. Next one. All right.
Excellent.
So Denmark took over the EU presidency on the 1st of July, and it will last until the end of the year. What was I going to say about this? This is it fits the theme of Denmark's relationship with the EU. All right, next one. Wow.
Static top 5.
NLAD is back in the game with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay. Danish excellence on the world stage. Next one. NCP has 20 correct.
Excellent.
Okay, so the Queen visited Nigeria from the 24th to the 25th of June. Right, next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
MB, Farshid, Nam, Bloom, and Cassia M. 39 people just hit an answer streak of 12. You guys are picking up now. Well done. Okay, for the people that are asking about mock test 13, I will put that up tonight. So don't worry about it. I'll put that up tonight. All right, we've got 19 questions to go and then we're done. Yes, Queen Mary. Shucks. The heck did I just do? 1 second, guys. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, yes. So, an anniversary. In this case, it's the Orson's Bridge celebrated 25 years. It was built in 2000, 1st of July 2000. Next one. Okay, Jonas Vingegaard won Vuelta a España. Out of all the Danish excellence on the world stage questions, this is the one I have the strongest feeling about. That doesn't mean it's going to show up in the test. It just means I have a strong feeling about it. All right, next one. All right.
Excellent.
That one was obvious, right? That's state visits. So when a president or a head of state visits Denmark, or when our head of state, which is the king, or the royal couple, or the prime minister visits another country on an official visit. Okay. Nam moved up to number 3. We've got MB, Farshid, Nam, Bloom, and Cassia M. SK is back with an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Next one. Herr Holst, famous dead people.
Another one.
Next one.
Another one.
Okay, someone just asked a question. Whoever the person iPhone says, "Was står en dansk lånmotagare medlem i farlig organization?" Someone said 90%. That's wrong. Okay, and this is the reason why I said send. Don't ask these questions in the chat. Whenever you're in doubt, right? Check the book or send me a message. Okay? But anyways, we're moving on. I guess I have to say this. Bear in mind that the first 35 questions, right, are based on information in the book. So whenever you have a question, your first port of call should be the book. I understand sometimes people are too lazy to actually go looking for the answers in the book, and it's easier to just post a question and ask. But the risk is that you might run into someone that actually doesn't know the answer and gives you a wrong answer and you think it's right. Another thing people do is that they go to Google and they search, or they go to ChatGPT and they search. And I've seen cases where ChatGPT and Google will also give you the wrong answer. So please don't do that. Depend on the book. That's what this test is based on. Okay, enough of the rant. 16 places. Abby 321 is the highest climber.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay. Danish excellence in the world stage. A sports person won the gold medal. We got a static top 5 RM back in the game, 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Or is it a girl?
She's on fire.
Next one. Okay. What's going on here? Yeah. So official visit. What's his name? Macron and Mette Frederiksen visited Greenland to discuss security in the Arctic region. Okay. Oh. All right. So out of all of the famous dead people, this guy, so Yong Leth, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's the one I have the strongest feeling about. Because he is the most culturally significant one. Okay, let's talk about this Vereniging and Fowlie organization. So a Vereniging is different from a Fowlie organization. A Fowlie organization is a Vrouwvereniging. So it's like an ACASA. Okay, so around 70% of people are a member of a Vrouwvereniging. And it's different from a Vereniging. So a Vereniging could be, you know, a tennis or paddle or, you know, card playing organization, or even Bandidos and what's the name, Loyal to Familia. That one is 90%. All of this can be found in the book. Okay. I just wanted to clear that out so that we don't get more confused in the chat. All right. Like I said, the famous dead person that I have a strong feeling about is this guy. Next one. 1 second. All right. Yeah, so this is Dronin Margrethe. Traveled to Rome. So this is, I mean, she's no longer the head of state, so I don't think it's going to show up. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
9 people have a streak of 20.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay, so I'm actually quite glad that majority of you got this right, because out of all the questions about official visits by heads of state, this is the one I have the strongest feeling about, because a lot of heads of state visited at the same time for the EU top meeting in Copenhagen on the 1st of October. So all 27, the heads of state, the presidents, prime ministers of all 27 EU countries gathered in Denmark on that day. It was a big deal. There was a lot of security around Denmark. You could see them around on that day. I think this is going to be on the next test. All right, next one. We're almost at the end now. All right, what's happening here? So Danish excellence in the world stage. Best cook is Danish for the 2nd year in a row. All right, precision weapons for Denmark. Static top 5. MB Farshid Nam Bloom Cassia M. Abby 321. 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. All right. Most of you got this right.
Excellent.
15 people got it wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Another one.
Yeah. Famous dead person. No one is budging in the top 5. We're almost at the end now. All right. The Germans sent a ship for surveillance in Ostersund. National security. Most of you got this right.
Excellent.
Four people got that wrong. There's definitely going to be a question about um, the election that's going to happen in 2 days. I'm not okay. So someone asked, could there be a question about the outcome of the election? The election is going to be 8 days before the test. I don't know how long it takes for the results to show, for the election results to show. I'm guessing a couple of days. Could there be questions about the outcome? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to ask about what happened, what were the results. However, there could be. But I'm like 90% sure that they're not going to ask about the results, but they're going to ask about, the election, like which one, who are the candidates, if there are any new political parties that were created to run and all that kind of stuff. I don't think there's been any new political parties, but there was a question about what's her name, Pia Kjærsgaard, running to be the foreman for the new region, and also the fact that there is going to be an election. All right, next one. 3 questions and we're done. Okay, what's this? Yes, so an event in the royal family. This is the Queen's private collection. Next one.
Another one.
All right. This is another one I feel slightly. I think if for famous dead people, it's between this guy and Jørgen Lep, because these guys are very culturally significant. Lissoper, Dance Top. But if I was to choose, I'll choose the other guy, not him. But these guys are very culturally significant. But yeah. Anyways, like I said, I always have to put a disclaimer out there. Don't quote me on these things. Some questions that showed up in the previous mock tests didn't show up in this session because obviously I didn't want to put them all here. We'll be here for like over an hour. All the other questions are under current affairs on your profile. And the next question is the last question. And I will keep on adding questions. Okay. And of course, shout out. I want to take this chance to shout out to the people that have been contributing to that list on Facebook. I want to shout out to Farshid. Farshid is very active with contributing to that list. I want to shout out to Tiram. He's also contributed a lot. And I saw a post from Nam and I think this lady called, I can't remember her full name, but thank you very much. for contributing to that list, because you're actually helping everyone in the group. Round of applause to you guys. Okay, last question. We've got MB, Farshid, Nam, Bloom, and Cassia M. 7 people hit an answer streak of 31. Wow! All right. Next one. If you're here for the first time, wait until the end, okay? Okay, so so NATO General Secretary visited Denmark in October. All right, someone just asked, are all the links posted on Facebook covered in the questions? The answer is no, and I'll tell you why. So I post links and a whole bunch of other people post links. What I then do is I go through those links and I pick the ones that I think are most relevant. There's a lot of the stuff that some people post that is not relevant. I actually delete quite a lot of those links so that people don't get confused. Remember that there's only 5 questions in current affairs. Only 5. Okay? So what I'm trying to do is so it's like I'm throwing a very wide net to catch a lot of stuff. And then when I catch things, I look at them one by one. And then I say, okay, it's like I'm filtering stuff out. Of course, I'm not the oracle of current affairs, but I do have some experience with this. And my hit rate was really good up until the last test where I think I predicted 2 out of 5, but I missed one guy. I think it was Matthias Gitzel. He was the best handball player. I missed him because that happened very early in the year, and I didn't start looking from very early in the year. So usually I get about 3 out of 5. Sometimes I get 4 out of 5, but last time it was 2 out of 5. Hopefully the hit rate is higher this year. And remember, like I said, it doesn't matter if you fail more than 1 current affairs. What matters is if you fail more than 1 Danish values. And we've had a session on Danish values. And I hope that all of you, well, probably not all of you were in that session. If you were not in that session is recorded. It's on the YouTube channel. So please go and watch that video. It will show you how to approach the Danish values questions. All right. That was the last question. Let's have a look at the podium. Nam at number 3. Farshid at number 2. MB at number 1. We got Bloom 4 and Cassia M at 5.
NearlyDanish.com.